In this video, I'm going to make RV camper pizza. So one of the interesting things about cooking in our RV is that it's space restricted as compared to our kitchen at home. So for this particular pizza, it's going to be sausage and peppers. I normally, because I'm lazy, buy pre-made par-baked crusts and freeze them. But again, in an RV, I'm limited on space. And I have a very teeny tiny little freezer down here. So I actually have to now bite the bullet and make my own dough. But before we get to that, what I'm going to do is prep my meat and my vegetables, which are going to go out to the griddle outside and get cooked, sauteed. The particular place we happen to be right now RVing does not have Italian sausage at the local market. So what I have to do is just take a pound and a half of ground pork and add some seasoning, some Italian seasoning and fennel, and make my own Italian sausage. I'm sure there's a measurement somewhere. I'm just going to do the Italian sausage or Italian seasoning to smell, and then do about a tablespoon of fennel. Okay, sausage and peppers and onions are prepped. They're ready to go out to the griddle. I want to cook the meat and soften the vegetables, and then I'll put those aside, or actually I'll put those in the refrigerator, and then go ahead and mix up my dough. Okay, for our pizza dough, 2.5 cups of flour, just flour's flour. I do have some yeast working its way through an 8-ounce glass of warm beer. I put it in the microwave and got it to 90 degrees. I did add some honey to it. I'll put the recipe in the description. I'm going to add some salt to my dough, or to my flour, about a ½ teaspoon. Tablespoon of olive oil. And then my yeast and beer. I'll give it a mix, and because it's better than 90 degrees outside, I'll cover it with a towel and let it proof out in the heat, and the yeast will rise amazingly in the heat. Okay, that's it. Got my dough mixed. I'm going to cover it with a towel, put it outside in the hot sun, probably for 2 to 3 hours, and let it fully expand, proof rise, whatever it's called. I just started doing my own pizza dough, and I only did it out of a sense of necessity because, again, I don't have the space to store the par-baked pizza crusts that I really like. So actually, once this is done rising, I'll go ahead and put it in the refrigerator, and when it comes time to assemble the pizzas, we'll go from there. Okay, the dough turned out great, so we'll just go ahead and punch it down, and then use our dough cutter to divide it in half. We're gonna have 2 12-inch pizzas. So a couple of hacks that I use for making pizzas from scratch is I use a 12-inch pizza pan And I also use parchment paper, and on that parchment paper I have shortening, which will assist in helping to brown the pizza or the dough and not have it stick. Another hack that I use, because I'm not really a pizza maker dough person, I put a piece of greased parchment on the top, and then I press my dough out. So, the parchment paper, again, keeps the dough from sticking. It also, when I press it out, and by using the pan to sort of form it, makes an almost kind of circle, but I can have it super thin in the middle, but then I can have a nice robust crust around the outside. I normally do shredded mozzarella, but my wife really enjoys fresh mozzarella slices. So for her, I'm making these pizzas, and I'm going to use the fresh mozzarella. Oven is preheated to 450. I like pizza stones, because I'm in an RV and we move around a lot. I went with a pizza steel. Another good thing about the parchment paper is that it makes it really easy to take the pizza, put it in and out of the oven, slide it across the stone. It makes cleanup a breeze, because all I have to do is just throw away parchment paper. And I'm going to bake the first pizza at 450 for 15 minutes, so it'll give us a nice crispy crust. As I said, I use the round pizza pans because it makes it easier for me. It gives me a symmetrical pizza. It gives me something that I can cut on. I like it. There are people who are really good at forming dough and spinning it and pressing it and doing it and all of that. I'm not one of those people. So I get a somewhat almost symmetrical pizza. Again, it's really thin in the middle, but it's going to have a nice, robust or hearty crust around the outside. Okay, first pizza's out. One of the things that I had to do with the camping oven was sort of figure out my times for pizza. I found that for the first pizza, 15 minutes is really good. It gives me a nice golden crust, but on the second pizza, because the steel is heating up, I'm going to take it out at probably 13 or 14 minutes. Okay, it's super, super hot, way too hot for me to eat, but again, as I peel up the edges, crust is super thin. It's nice and toasty brown. I think I can hold it up a little bit here and show, because this is super hot. But this will be a delightful pizza. That my wife and I will eat once it cools down. Well, it cools down for me, not for her, because she likes really hot food. But that's it. Pizza in an RV. Super simple, super fun. And until next time.